Hello children, how are you all? Hope you all are well. I welcome you all to Samveda e-learning program class 8 subject science. Today we are going to learn about chapter 3 synthetic fibers and plastics. This chapter is divided into 3 sessions. Today I am going to teach you the first session, that is from page number 32 to 34. Here are the learning concepts. Today we are going to learn about introduction to fibers, types of fibers, monomers and polymers. We are going to learn about polymerization. Polymers may be natural or synthetic. So, these are the points which we are going to cover in this session. Let us see introduction to fibers. So, you can look here children, how does a fiber look like? The fibers are used in making of fabrics. So, what are fabrics? The clothes which we wear are made up of fabrics. So, you can look here, a saree, a dresses, a sweater, frock, shirts. So, these are different types of fabrics which are made up of fibers, and they may be natural or they may be synthetic. Let us see, what are fibers? A fiber is a thin thread of a natural or artificial substances, and especially these fibers are used for making clothes and for making rope and other household articles. So, you can look here how thin it is. So, the fiber is converted into yarn, and from yarn it is converted into fabrics. Fabrics are made up of fibers, so which are obtained from natural or artificial sources. So, fiber can be converted into fabrics. Fibers are not only used for making clothes, but they are also used for in our day-to-day life for making many of the household articles. Fibers are mainly classified into two main categories. So, it is called as natural fibers which are obtained from natural substances, and synthetic fibers which are obtained from synthetic substances. Let us learn about natural fibers, from where they are obtained, how they are made. Let us check. Natural fibers are obtained from natural sources such as animals and plants. What are natural sources? Let us see what are the natural sources from which the fibers are made. So, you can see, look here, in the nature we can see a cotton plant which produces cotton. There is a jute plant which produces jute. There is a flax plant which is used in the production of linen. Silkworm, it is a natural, it is an insect through which silk is made. You can see a sheep from which the wool is extracted. You can see a yak from which a wool is extracted. So, these are the natural sources from which natural fibers are made or obtained. Natural fibers are mainly classified into based on the plants they are obtained or based on the animals where they are obtained. Let us check the plants. Which kind of plants? Cotton, jute, linen. These are the natural sources, the plants from which the natural fiber is obtained, and these are known as plant fibers. So, animals, the silk, wool. So, wool can be obtained from sheep or a yak. So, these are the natural sources for the fibers. They are known as animal fibers. Let us learn first about plant fibers. So, the first one, the cotton. You all are using cotton fabrics in your day-to-day life. From where it is obtained? The cotton fiber is obtained from the cotton plant. It is one of the traditional fibers used in our textile industries. You can see here a cotton fiber. So, apart from that, you can see during the summer we use cotton shirts or cotton clothes. So, which are all obtained from cotton plant. So, linen is another plant fiber which is obtained from a plant called flax plant. The properties of linen fabrics are very similar to cotton fabrics. So, you can look here, the linen clothes, they are they are famous. People use linen shirts. So these are all very essential into our day-to-day life. So we are using them in the form of fabrics. The next fiber which is obtained from plant is jute. It is obtained from jute plant because of its high strength. The jute which is obtained has high strength, and the fiber, it is very much perfect for the use of packaging materials. So to carry our day-to-day things or substances, if you go to a shop, you carry the things, groceries, or you carry any milk products or any different products, you need a bag to carry them. So using jute in making of bag because of its high strength. So these are all very important because they are made from jute plant. Now talking about the animal fibers. These animal fibers are obtained. The natural source for animal fibers are animals. So the animals, when you look at sheep, what do you see? You can see a large amount of woolly structure. So this sheep wool is very important for making woolen clothes. You can see a yak, a fur of the yak is also very important in making clothes. You can see silk it makes a protein in the form of cocoon. So this silk is used for making, the silk moth makes silk, and this silk is used in the making of fabrics. So these are the different animal sources which produce fibers, and these are called as animal fibers. Let's learn one by one each animal fibers, which kind of animal is producing it and from where it is obtained. So let's talk about silk. Silk is obtained from silkworm. You can see in the picture a silkworm feeding on mulberry leaves, and it produces cocoon. These cocoons are warmed up and the fibers are removed out, and the most popular kind of silk is obtained from mulberry silkworms. So the silkworms which feed on mulberry has high demand it is highly demanded in the market. So you can see that animal fibers, some of the fabrics which are made up of silk, here you can look a silk sari, silk blouse and skirt, you can see a silk dhoti. So these are silk materials are very costly, they are expensive because they are made up of a silk which is produced by silkworm. Next talk about the next animal fiber is wool. Wool is produced by sheep. You can look at the picture. Sheep, how woolly the sheep is. The hair are sheaved. It is removed and then it is converted into fibers, and from fibers to fabric. So the wool fabrics are very soft to touch and provides warmness during winter weather. So when there is a cold weather, you wear woolen clothes. So due to which it is preferred to wear in winter. So winter, it is considered as winter apparel. So during the winter time we wear woolen clothes. The another type of animal fiber is yak fiber. So where is this yak found? Yak is generally found in the Himalayas, in India and Tibet. So this yak is very famous, not only carrying transportation but also very important for the production of wool, and the fabrics which are made up of yak wool are also very famous. Yak fibers, the hair of the yak is very useful in the production of warm clothes like sweater or pullovers, mats and sacks. So these are some of the examples of the products which are produced from yak wool. So here we have learnt about the natural fibers. Let's talk about the synthetic fibers. So synthetic fibers are the artificial fibers, so which are not naturally found. Let us see. Synthetic fibers, they are made by man, so they are called man-made fibers. Synthetic fibers are obtained by chemical processing of petrochemicals. Petrol, water and air, combination of these is forming of petrochemicals. Synthetic fibers are made from synthesized polymers of small molecules. Synthetic fibers are not only used for making clothing items but also are used in the making of many household items. So some of the example of synthetic fibers which are used for making clothing are polyester, polyamide, terylene, rayon, etc. So, you can see the blanket, dress material, the shoes, the fibers, the threads. These are different types of synthetic fibers which are used in different synthetic materials. Let us see the characteristic of synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are very strong compared to natural fibers. Synthetic fibers are more durable. They are long lasting. Synthetic fibers absorb very little water. When synthetic fibers are soaked in water, they don't absorb much water. Synthetic fibers are wrinkle resistant. Because of this property, there is no much necessary to iron your clothes. So, they are wrinkle resistant. Synthetic fibers are lightweight, that means they are not heavy, easy to carry. You can wear, they are very lightweight. Synthetic fibers do not shrink. So, when they are washed, they do not get shrink. Synthetic fibers are not attacked by moth. So, any insects don't destroy these clothes. So, they are not attacked by moth. Synthetic fibers are less expensive. The cost, they are cheaper and easily available and readily available. So, you can find everywhere. Okay, now let us learn about monomers and polymers. So, what are these synthetic fibers and natural fibers are made up of? Monomers are the substance of units. They are made up of very small units. One unit is known as a monomer, a single unit. A substance having single unit structure forming its particles are called a monomer. Let's recall, children. You have seen that the necklace which is made out of beads. How the beads are made? The beads are one by one bead, two beads, like that you are going to make them. The substance are made up of small units. These units are nothing but they are called as monomers. A substance having a single unit structure forming its particles called as monomer. So, monomer means a single unit. So, you can see here in the picture a small single bead. When the single beads are arranged in the form of a necklace, so you can see many beads are joined together to form a necklace. So, some of the examples of monomers are ethene, glucose. Glucose is a naturally formed, the ethene is a hydrocarbon and glucose is a natural monomer. So, these are some of the example of monomers. Okay, let us talk about polymers. The word polymer comes from two Greek words, poly and mer. Poly means many and mer means a part or a unit. Polymers. A polymer is a substance composed of many repeated small similar subunits. Same kind of units which are joined together leads to the formation of polymer. A polymer are high molecular weight compounds fascinated by the aggregation of many small molecules which are called as monomers. So, many monomers joined together leads to the formation of polymers, and these polymers are high molecular weight compounds. Some of the example of polymers are plastics, the plastics that have so changed society, and the natural and synthetic fibers. So, these which are used in clothing, these are all called as polymers. There are two basic ways to form a polymer. The first one, linking small molecules together by a type of addition reaction. The second process of forming polymer is combining two molecules, may be of same type or may be different types of molecules, with the elimination of a stable small molecule often known as water. So, water is released while forming this combining of two molecules. These are the two types in which a polymer can be formed, by linking small molecules or by combining two molecules. Example of a polymer, polyethylene, which results in the formation of a polythene. So, ethylene is a monomer of polyethylene. So, you can look here, CH2 double bond CH2 give rise to CH2 double bond CH2 n numbers of CH2 double bond CH2, which leads to the formation of polyethylene. Polymers occur in nature. So, one of the example is cotton. Cotton is a natural polymer which is made up of a large number of glucose units. So, polymer is made up of cellulose. Cellulose is made up of a large number of glucose units. Example, glucose is a monomer of cellulose. Here you can see glucose C6H12O6, which leads to many n number of C6H12O6 leads to the formation of a cellulose and with the elimination of a water molecule. The process of joining together monomers to form a polymer is called as polymerization. So, many monomers join together to form polymer and the whole process is known as polymerization. So, here you can look monomer, a single unit. Each monomer, when they are joined together, they lead to the formation of a polymer. This process is known as polymerization. Polymerization is mainly distinguished into two classes. One is called condensation polymerization, the other one is called addition polymerization. Let us see what is condensation polymerization. Condensation polymerization, each step of the process is accompanied by the formation of a molecule of a simple compound, often water. When two molecules are combined together, it leads to the release of water. This is what is condensation polymerization. Addition polymerization, this is the second form of polymerization, addition polymerization. Monomers react to form a polymer without the formation of byproduct. So, linking of small molecules here. Addition polymerization usually are carried in the presence of a catalyst. They require a catalyst for the formation of a polymer. So, here some of the example of polymerization are the functional groups which are in their monomer form result in the formation of a polymer. The process involved is polymerization. So, here amine group. So, amino acids results into the formation of a polymer called protein. Carboxylic acid, COOH group. So, this is a monomer. And alcohol, OH group is also a monomer. Then isocyanate, this is a monomer, whereas amide group, polyamides, amides result in the formation of polyamide. Ester is a monomer of polyesters, and carbamate or urethane. So, these all are some of the examples of monomers which results in the formation of a polymer. Polymers may be natural or polymers may be synthetic. Let us see the first polymers are natural. So, which are the natural polymers? So, natural fibers like cotton, wool, silk are the polymers which are found in nature. So, they are called as natural polymers. So, cotton is a polymer of glucose. Wool and silk are the polymers of amino acid, which is a protein which is obtained from animals. Spider silk, which is obtained from spider, is one of the strongest natural polymers which is found in the nature. Now, let us see polymers can be synthetic. We learnt about polymers are natural. Now, let us see polymers can be synthetic. Synthetic polymers, which are the synthetic polymers? So, synthetic polymers are made from chemical substances. They are plastic in nature. So, plastic in nature, it is a synthetic polymer. So, nylon, polyester, these are synthetic fibers which are used in clothing industry and also household articles. Ethylene is a monomer. Examples of synthetic polymer, ethylene. Ethylene is a monomer obtained from petroleum. The chemical formula of ethylene is CH2. During polymerization, many units of ethylene gets linked to form a chain. So, this you can see as now. So, you can see on your screen. So, ethylene monomer. Ethylene is a monomer where it forms a chain link leads to the formation of a polythene under a catalyst. So, here the catalyst is heat and pressure. So, this is an example of synthetic polymer and this is a kind of plastic. Difference, what are the difference between natural and synthetic fibers? We learned about natural fibers, also we learned about synthetic fibers. Now, let us differentiate between natural and synthetic fibers. So, natural fibers, they come from nature. So, naturally they are found in the nature, whereas synthetic fibers, they are man-made. So, man artificially he is making this. So, this is man-made fibers. So, natural fibers are having natural colors, whereas synthetic fibers, the color has per the requirement, it is added in the color bath. During spinning process, spindlet equipment, it is not used, it is not necessary, whereas for synthetic fiber during spinning process. So, from fiber to yarn, the making process, here spindlet is required and this leads to the production of a filament. The natural fibers, there is a lot of chances of containing dust or impurities. So, when we look into synthetic fibers, there are no chances of any dust or impurities. Natural fibers are less durable than synthetic fibers, whereas synthetic fibers are more durable than natural fibers, they are long lasting. Okay children, in today's class we have learned what all we have learned. Let us do a recapitulation about it. So, we have learnt about what are fibers, so that is introduction to fibers. Then what are the types of fibers? Based on that, the fibers are classified as natural fibers obtained from natural sources and synthetic fibers which are obtained from synthetic sources or artificial sources. Then we have learnt about, so natural and synthetic fibers are made up of monomers and polymers, and the process of converting monomers to polymers are known as polymerization. So, these all things we have learnt in today's class. Okay children, there is an activity for you. I want you all to do an activity. So, what is the activity? Make a list of some common articles made from fibers. So, in and around you, you might see so many articles which are made up of different types of fibers. Make a list of those fibers, try to separate them into those made from natural fibers and those made from artificial fibers. So, you are going to separate them and you are going to make a table and make an entry. Make two separate columns as natural fibers and artificial fibers and make an entry in the table. This is your activity for today. Okay children, now it is time for quiz. So, what all we have learnt in this session, we are going to do a quiz in that. So, here comes the first question. Fabric is made up of, here are the options, a steel, B fiber, C paper, D none of these. Fabric is made up of steel, fiber, paper, none of these. Think children, what is fabric is made up of? So, what will be the answer? Very good. The answer is fiber. Excellent. Let us move on to the second question. Here comes the second question. The small units used in making synthetic fibers are, the options are A. Molecules, B. Polymer, C. Cells, D. None of these. The small units used in making synthetic fibers are molecules, polymer, cells, none of these. Think about it children. What would be the answer? Yes, the answer is polymer. Very good. So, polymers are the small units which are used in making synthetic fibers. The third question. So, here comes the third question. Fabrics are made from fibers obtained from. The options, here are the options. A. Only natural sources. B. Only artificial sources. C. Natural or synthetic sources. D. Only man-made sources. So, what would be the answer? Yes, children? Very good. The answer is natural or artificial sources. Fabrics are made from both natural sources as well as artificial sources. Very good. Excellent. Now, the last question. Let's see what is the question. Here comes the question. Cellulose is made up of a large number of dash units. So, options are like this. A. Cotton. B. Glucose. C. Sucrose. D. Cellulose. So, what would be the answer? Think about it. How cellulose is made up of? Very good. Excellent. You all have done excellent, children. So, the answer is glucose. So, cellulose is made up of joining many large units of glucose. Very good. So, you all have achieved well and done well in quiz. Let's move on now. What is today's homework? So, I want you all to do homework now. All of you, dear children, take your book and pen. Please note down the questions. So, here is the first question. Differentiate between natural and artificial fibers. Second question. Define polymer and give example of a polymer occurring in nature. Third question. State the characteristic of synthetic fiber because of which it is used as dress materials. Fourth question. Explain polymerization. Give 2 examples. So, these are the 4 questions which you have to do your homework and complete it and show to your teacher. Hope you all will do your homework. Thank you, children. This session was presented by Manju Vai Singh, Assistant Teacher Science, Swami Vivekananda Rural English Medium High School, Chandapura, Bangalore 99.